off to do the milking, but I just thought I'd see if I can make a video before I do the milking. I've actually sowed some plants today, or the other day, in amongst all the weeds. Switch off the water. Just brought the cows in. Ooh. Ooh. Beautiful. Ah. Oh, I think she's on heat maybe. Yeah, she's on heat. Oh, I thought they were lying in there. So I'm just going to find another spot, I think. Switch off the fence so we're not going to shock. Let's see if there's a sunny spot somewhere. But it's not too bright because this is midsummer. Nearly midsummer, so it's pretty bright here. Pretty bright. Ah well. We got the rose. It's I thought it was dead, that rose. It's actually so okay, so just get the nettles down so I don't get all burnt. Just see how we go in this very bright sun. So just got the camera down a bit. They really burn, those nettles. So what I wanted to say with this video, it's just very strong in my heart. It's just so powerful this month of June, and it's just amazing. So I just feel the golden age is really manifesting. It's so powerful, and there's the things I just feel God has put into my heart to share with you. And as I just feel in my life, God just often says, just do it. Just, should I do this and this? Just do it. Just do it. And so I'm just going to just do this. So there's so many aspects to our life, and it can seem completely overwhelming. How do I actually, how do I manage being here on this planet? How do I live? How do I function? And for some people, they just can't function on this planet. It's just too much, because it's so challenging. It's so challenging, and we can be challenged on all aspects of our life, and most people are very challenged on Earth right now. And as I've said it before so many times, the more it's like a, you can say it's like one of those very powerful whirlwinds. I can't remember what they're called. These very powerful winds. You have to go into the center of this very, very, very strong wind. So little bumblebee. So really, no matter what life is challenging you with, coming into your center, as I was saying the other day, that's a solution. Just keep coming into your center. And if the life that you're in simply doesn't allow that, leave that life. I mean, it's really serious, because many people are leaving the earth because it's just too much. Life on this planet is just too hard. So they're just leaving, and seen from the perspective of the spiritual perspective, it's all meant to be. So they weren't meant to stay here. But I just want to share this with you, to really believe in yourself and believe that you can be here, and you're going to have a wonderful life. There's no doubt about it. You're going to have a wonderful, wonderful life. But the first thing is to just keep coming into your center, and whatever it takes to make sure that your surroundings and your life is so that you can do it, and trust that you're going to be fine. And it might be leaving a job, it might be something very, very dramatic, leaving a country, going back to a place where you came from. It can be many, many things. But the whole thing of, as I said before, God says, just do it. Just do it. If you sense this, I want to do this, do it. And usually you're right, because it is your soul, it is your spirit telling you to do it. And often our mind comes in and says, oh, but you have to think about it, and oh, you have to think. And then you don't do it. And so it is really coming into this creative flow, and this very, very powerful flow of living in your spirit, living from the guidance of your spirit. And it's just becoming more and more powerful. I can feel it. And the whole thing of people around you being on a completely different journey, I just sense it very much in my own life. Just stay firmly on your own path, even if it means just ignoring someone or just leaving them alone a real lot of the time. I can feel it in my life. It's very fruitful. Stay on your own path. You're not here to drag other people with you, because they have to pick themselves up. They have to figure out, how am I going to... They're going to have to figure out everything that I'm talking about here right now, and take the responsibility for their own life. And we who are empaths and who really, really, really want to help, often we're dragging people with us, and you just have to let them sink into their hole. And it sounds really, really bad, but that is what works, because when they sink into their hole, they can see, oh my goodness, it's not very nice being in this hole. How am I going to get out? Nobody's pulling me up all the time anymore. I have to do this myself. And yes, you have to do it yourself. And some people won't. They'll stay in the hole, and to love them there. Love them in that hole. And it can be young people who are eating wrong foods, who are really destroying themselves with their lifestyle. And it can even be, we talk so much about diet, it can even be actually quite healthy foods, but they're actually killing themselves, making themselves very sick. And it's, they just don't want to take responsibility and see that they can move out of it, because we're all going to have a wonderful life if that's the path we chose. And apparently, yeah, some say we're all going to live in the golden age. Some say that only some of us are going to live in the golden age. But it's so powerful. And so yeah, I got two other things strongly this morning. The whole thing of being a passionate person and a passionate lover. We can go into the whole sexual thing. Being a passionate lover, being a passionate partner, being a wonderful person to be with. We can all do that. no matter which personality we are. And some of us are not meant to be with a partner, and some of us are maybe meant to have many partners, I don't know. But being a passionate person is very attractive, and it feels great to be passionate. And we are all meant to be passionate beings. And what does it mean to be passionate? Well, it means to love this moment, and to love who you are. To have this, oh, life is so good feeling. And I don't have to go to someone to get reassurance, because I know I'm wonderful. And I love this moment so much. I love being me, and I love being right where I am right now. I just love life so much. I'm just nearly exploding with joy. I don't lack anything. When you're a passionate being doesn't lack anything. You're living in abundance. You are the abundance. You are really God in human form. You've come into your God self. You become very, very passionate. And of course, if you're going to have a sexual life with a partner or something, of course you'll be a very passionate partner, a very passionate lover. And the love and the sexuality you express will of course be filled with your love. It will be a very loving sexuality, a spiritual sexuality. It won't be a needy sexuality where you're coming with all your lack and you need this person to fill you up so that you feel good. That's all of the old world. This new way of having sex with someone will be very, very vibrant and very, very. It's really your God. It's really God making love with God. It's Mother Earth, because we are in physical form, and I don't know if it's ever happened on Earth before, but some people are probably experiencing it. That when you come into your God self, you are completely one with your spirit, and everything is vibrating at a very, very high level. And of course, the sexual act will become very, very, just a very, very amazing experience where it's like the Big Bang type of thing. So, and we can go into the whole porn thing, and apparently I've heard that there's many, especially men, looking for stimulation on the internet. And really, it's not because they're bad people. It's because they're starving. They're starving from stimulation. And that's another thing that I'm being asked to share here. Because our life has become so dull and so electronic and so unstimulating physically that all that physical stimulation that we used to get when we lived close to nature, where you were out hunting and you had to kill an animal sometimes, and you were out getting very cold, getting very hot, all these things, life and death, all this stimulation made you didn't need all this sex because you were so stimulated. But today many people are very unstimulated, and their life is very dull, and they're desperate for stimulation because we're human, and we need to be stimulated to feel alive. And we are stimulating others. So the whole thing of living a stimulated life makes us healthy. And so these people they're searching for porn to get this feeling of being stimulated, and it becomes very sick, of course. So the whole thing of returning to nature, living a more simple life, living closer to nature, maybe living with animals, whatever, you become very stimulated, and you become healthy in your body and in your mind. And so all this disappears, of course. So yeah, being a passionate person, being a passionate lover, it all comes from returning to the source, returning to our true nature as physical beings, and now to come into our spirit, which is really new and is what the golden age is all about. It's us humans living in our spirit, being spiritually completely awake in a physical body. It's so amazing. This is so fantastic. So we have so much to look forward to. So it's really to say to you, believe in the best. You can create the best life imaginable. There's no limit to how beautiful your life can become, because you hold all the goodness within you. It's just a matter of really, with courage, to go to your path, do what is true for you, and all the passion, all the power, all the goodness will come, and you'll be guided forward even more powerfully. So it's just so fascinating. But to the whole thing of the fairy tale, the prince going through these trials, the princess, the woman and the man, and going through all these tests and trials in life, and finally you get the kingdom. And that's what I feel is happening now. You are moving towards the kingdom, and you're going to be a prince or a princess in this castle, because that's really who you are. And God is the king. And he's calling you to see that you are royal. You are the light. There's nothing bad about you. You are the light. So come into your call, come into your power, and you'll move towards the kingdom, and you'll see that your life will become this fairy tale, which everybody will say, but that's not possible. Well, it is possible. Everything's possible. And you can do it. We've just been taught that you can't do anything, and you're hopeless. That's the big lie we've been living in for so long. You're not hopeless, and there's no limit. So this is just what I want to share with you. You are a princess. You are a prince. You belong to the highest of the highest, and just believe it. Just keep going. No matter who's shouting and screaming around you, telling you can't do it, just do it. So powerful. So talking about being, this is the last thing. It's very a lot of things I feel I have to share this morning. The whole thing of being a bad person. And in the Catholic tradition, we have confession. And I just want to say this, it came very strongly to me yesterday. Sometimes we have to confess. Sometimes it's very important we confess that we've done something wrong. And we're living on this planet, it's holy. All this life, it's holy. And we've been destroying the earth and our bodies for a very, very long time. We've been very, very destructive, very violent. Smoking, drinking, beating ourselves up, eating like pigs. I mean, not even a pig would eat like that, like many people are eating. They say that there's 100 million Chinese who are obese. I mean, the whole thing is just so scary. And deep within us, no matter how destroyed your body is and how bad your life has been, you are pure within, and you know the truth. You know that we have to live on this planet with respect for the physical matter, respect for the plants, respect for the animals, and respect for our body. And have you been a heavy smoker? Have you been doing things? And we all have. We've all been indulging too much in something that we know is bad, and we do it anyway. We've all done that. It was a bee there. So what I got very strongly yesterday is to go down on your knees and just say sorry. Just say sorry. Sorry, God. And I just feel he's just saying it so strongly to you. Sorry, God. I've been... so strong. So just say, sorry, God. Sorry, Mother Earth, I've been smoking 60 cigarettes every day the last 30 years. Sorry, that's okay. You are already forgiven, but I think it's a very powerful thing, and it's really necessary for to come to the kingdom. You have to get down on your knees and say sorry. Sorry, I've been spraying the earth every day or every year, again and again and again and again, with very toxic chemicals. I'm sorry. And God is just standing there, and Mother Earth is just standing there saying, it's okay, we love you, it's okay. But the whole thing of coming to this place of what do you call, what's the English word? In Danish it's called anger. It's to be sad about what you did. Just feel this sadness. And another thing that is probably the worst sin, you can call it a sin, it's drifting away from God. When we drift away from God, the worst sin is to hate ourselves. Sorry, I've been hating myself all my life, or ever since I was taught this by my parents, who hated themselves too. Sorry, I've been hating myself, beating myself up and telling myself I'm hopeless for all my life. I'm sorry. And you are forgiven, but that whole process of just seeing it, feeling it, and just ending it, that helps us move on. That cleanses the whole thing. As long as we're just hiding it and saying, oh, it's probably doesn't matter, nobody's going to see, well, everybody's going to see. And it says in the Bible, during this time, everything is going to come out into the open. Just let it come out. Let it come out into the open. Just say it. Because all the angels are seeing you. There's beings all around you. Everybody can see you. No matter how much you hide. So just say to the Lord, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did this. Maybe you hurt someone. But usually it's actually hurting ourselves. That's the worst. But whatever you can see, that was really bad. Just say sorry. And you can see, oh, I can live in a different way. I don't have to go to McDonald's 3 times a day. I can eat other foods, whatever it is. I don't have to drink alcohol in huge portions. I might have a little glass of wine every day. That's fine, but that's not destructive. So you get out of this, you just leave that you leave the lies, you leave the bad way of living. So this was oh my goodness. This was a bit powerful, I felt. So if any of you can use this, it's wonderful. And I just really want to share this with you. Believe in the unlimited goodness for yourself. And you're here to bring the light. You're here to shine for others and help them to discover that they are the light too. They are princes and princesses too. They just forgot. So we're all moving into this amazing, amazing life. So take care, my friend. See you soon.